In this world, millions of people doubt their abilities every single day. They ask themselves, am I truly capable? But certain silent habits, deep thoughts, and quiet strength whisper the truth: you are not ordinary. You are unique. You are a fearless warrior. Stoic philosophy teaches us, know yourself, for the light within you can defeat the darkness outside. So today, we'll explore 10 powerful signs that prove you are intelligent, disciplined, and more confident than you ever realized. Watch this video till the end, because in every moment, you may rediscover yourself in a new light. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with those who matter to you. Now let's begin this inspiring journey of wisdom. Sign number 1. You stay silent when everyone else is shouting. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where everyone around you is shouting, losing their temper, getting swept away by emotions, while you remain calm and silent? In those moments, people might think you're weak, or wonder why you're not speaking up. But what they don't realize is that your silence, your calm presence, is a hidden strength. One of the core lessons of Stoic philosophy is, silence is a form of power. The Stoics believe that true intelligence lies in the ability to control one's emotions. And when you choose silence, you're not just holding back words, you're mastering the storm within. Anyone can shout. But not everyone can remain calm. Because staying calm means you've already won an inner battle. Those who can control themselves in chaos aren't being controlled by the chaos, they're the ones controlling it. When everyone else is busy forcing their opinions, you choose to listen. When others are trapped in arguments, you choose to understand. You know that not every question deserves an answer, and sometimes silence is the wisest response. Stoicism teaches us that if you can control your reaction, the world loses its power over you. This self-control, this patience, this silence, these are not signs of passivity. They are signs of deep wisdom and emotional strength. And make no mistake, this is not an ordinary quality. Most people can't do it. Because staying silent takes courage. Choosing dignity over drama takes confidence. And holding on to reason while others drown in emotion takes true intelligence. If you are someone who remains still in the middle of a storm, who hears their own inner voice amidst the noise of the world, then you are not just intelligent, you are remarkably rare and powerful. Your silence, one day, will speak louder than all the noise around you. You may not yet realize your power, but believe this, your calm will become your loudest strength. Sign number 2. You admit your mistakes. There are many people who try to hide their mistakes because their ego blinds them from the truth. But if you're someone who can see your own faults and admit them without hesitation, then you're not ordinary. You're someone whose intelligence comes with deep self-awareness. Stoic philosophy teaches us, know thyself. And recognizing your own mistakes is one of the highest forms of self-knowledge. The person who can say, yes, that was my fault, is already on the path to rebuilding themselves stronger than before. Because wise people understand a mistake doesn't mean failure, it means learning. They know that life is not like an exam where one error means you've lost. Life is a journey of constant growth. And every mistake deepens your wisdom, sharpens your clarity, and strengthens your character. Admitting a mistake is not weakness. It's standing against your own ego. It's breaking the illusion of perfection and embracing the courage to grow. And that courage is rare. That self-honesty is a mark of true intelligence. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "The man who realizes his own faults and corrects them, that man is truly free." If you're someone who can recognize your errors and take steps to improve, then you are not just smart, you're a deep thinker. A person brave enough to face themselves. In today's world, where people rush to blame others, if you can say, yes, I was wrong, then you've lit a fire within that most never dare to ignite. And that fire will lead you far beyond the average. If you've made a mistake, don't be ashamed. If you can admit it and grow from it, that's the real proof of your intelligence. Sign number 3. You don't wait for people's praise. In today's world, it seems like everyone is running after praise and recognition. We base our self-worth on the likes we get on Facebook, the comments we receive on Instagram, and who notices our achievements. But if you're the kind of person who doesn't rely on external validation, who quietly works, moves forward without waiting for applause, then without even realizing it, you are proving yourself to be someone self-aware and deeply intelligent. Stoic philosophy teaches us, know thyself, and understand your value. If your only fuel for progress is external praise, then one day it will run dry. But if you find your strength within, nothing, no criticism, neglect, or silence, can ever stop you. The Stoics believed, external validation can never bring true peace to the soul. True peace comes when you're content with your own actions, when you know, what I am doing is honest, it's right, and it aligns with my values. Those who are wise understand, praise will come, and it will also go. But if your foundation of confidence depends on others' reactions, it will never be solid. If you are someone who finishes their work quietly and moves forward with humility, who knows their goals and the reason they are doing what they do, then you are truly a mature and self-reliant person. To build your self-esteem, you don't rely on outside validation. Trusting your inner voice is the true sign of an intelligent soul. You may not have received anyone's praise. Maybe no one notices the significance of your work. But you haven't stopped. You keep working, learning, and growing. And that's what proves you're not average. You carry your own light. According to the Stoics, those who can praise themselves from within are truly free. If you give yourself the respect and value you deserve, you will remain strong forever. Even if the world doesn't see it, you'll have the most grounded soul. Sign number 4. You stay calm even when you're angry. Getting angry is easy. In today's fast-paced world, where everything seems to be in chaos, with people blaming each other and shouting to be heard, getting angry often feels like the natural reaction. But if you are the kind of person who can stay calm even when anger rises within you, then you hold a true form of strength. Stoic philosophy teaches us, peace is far stronger than anger. Wise people know that anger takes away their control. It breaks their peace and diminishes their ability to make decisions. As Marcus Aurelius said, there is something stronger than anger, and that is the ability to control yourself. But the question is, how do you control yourself when everything around you seems to trigger your emotions? Remember this, the moment you get angry, you lose control of your own life. Anger blinds our judgment, it clouds our decisions. What we say or do in anger cannot be undone. It doesn't just harm our self-confidence, it also poisons our relationships with others. When you get angry, you are actually losing control over yourself. But if you can stay calm, if you know how to make decisions with a cool mind, then you are far more powerful than anyone who lets their emotions rule them. Because you know, a calm mind makes the best decisions. No matter how tough the situation, you know that your peace is your power. When everyone else is losing their heads, you can take control of the situation by staying calm. When someone tries to provoke you, you know how to diffuse the tension. That's true intelligence. Remember, staying calm is never a weakness, it is a special power. It helps you stay grounded in any situation, and keeps you moving on the right path. When you get angry, you are only wasting your own energy. But when you stay calm, you are strengthening your inner power. Sign number 5. You know when to lose. In today's world, we often think that we must win every battle. However, a truly wise person knows, not every battle is meant to be won. Sometimes, true strength lies in knowing when to embrace defeat. This ability helps us make tough decisions and deepens our ability to think critically. It's not just about the urge to win, but about understanding when to step back and when to accept a loss. Stoic philosophy teaches us, maintain self-control and accept reality. You don't need to win every battle, and at times the greatest victory lies hidden within the moments of loss. When you understand that your resources or circumstances are narrowing, you must let go of your ego. This is your true wisdom, which helps you stay grounded and make the right decisions, rather than stubbornly fighting battles that can't be won. Wise people understand, true strength lies in knowing when to stop, when to be silent, and when to retreat. It's not about being weak, but about recognizing, not every situation is a fight, and sometimes staying calm and retreating is the real power. There are times when losing, accepting defeat, or stepping back is actually preparation for a greater win down the line. For example, a businessman who fails in the market doesn't let that break his confidence. Instead, he understands, this is a lesson. It's time to prepare for the next opportunity. He knows that true victory comes when you understand, when to step back, when to rebuild your strength. According to Stoics, true wisdom lies in knowing when to retreat and when to rise again. This is the mark of a true sage, someone who doesn't let life's challenges overwhelm them but analyzes the situation wisely and calmly. If you know when to accept defeat and when to rise again with renewed strength, then you are not just wise, you are truly a winner. Because, defeat doesn't mean the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter. This is the real definition of self-confidence. Sign number 6. You speak simple words in a simple way. In a world full of jargon, fancy words, and convoluted ideas, it's easy to get lost in the complexity. But true wisdom isn't about using complicated language to impress others, it's about speaking clearly and directly. If you are the kind of person who can explain even the most complicated concepts in simple terms, then you're proving yourself to be someone far more intelligent than you realize. Stoic philosophers taught us, truth is always straightforward. The Stoics believed that wisdom and truth are not meant to be hidden behind a veil of complicated words or unnecessary complexity. If you find yourself speaking in simple, clear, and easy-to-understand words, then you are showing true intellectual strength. Because true intelligence doesn't need to be adorned with complexity. It is in the simplicity that true clarity arises. The world around us often celebrates complexity, but wise individuals know, simplicity is the key to effective communication. People who use simple words, who express themselves with clarity, are able to connect more deeply with others. They don't need to impress anyone with their vocabulary, instead, they choose to make themselves understood. A brilliant mind doesn't hide behind long, intricate sentences or confuse others with excessive details. Instead, it knows that real power lies in being able to express thoughts in a way that anyone can grasp, without feeling overwhelmed. If you can explain a complex idea in the simplest way possible, you are not just smart, you are truly wise. Because wisdom is about cutting through the noise, removing the unnecessary, and delivering the message clearly. The simpler the message, the more powerful it is. Remember, clarity of thought reflects clarity of mind. Those who can speak simply are often the ones who understand the world most deeply. They know that a simple truth can have a profound impact on those who hear it. If you find yourself effortlessly speaking in a way that others can understand, you are showing true intellectual brilliance. Because, true wisdom isn't complex, it's simple, clear, and always accessible. Sign number 7. You listen to others' opinions, but you stand firm in your own decisions. We live in a world where everyone has an opinion. From friends to family, to colleagues and strangers, everyone has something to say about what you should do, how you should live, or what decisions you should make. But the most intelligent among us know, hearing others is important, but staying true to yourself is even more crucial. Stoic philosophy teaches us, you can hear the voices of others, but following your own inner voice is the work of a true wise person. It's easy to be swayed by the loud noise around you, to let other people's opinions dictate your actions. But real wisdom is found in your ability to listen to what others say, to take in their advice, and yet, remain unwavering in your own beliefs and decisions. The Stoics believed in the power of inner conviction. They didn't dismiss the importance of advice or wisdom from others, but they understood that ultimately, they were the ones responsible for their own path. They knew that true wisdom is not just about accumulating knowledge, but about trusting yourself and your own judgment. When you listen to others but remain firm in your decisions, you are demonstrating an incredible level of emotional strength and intellectual maturity. You understand that while other people may offer valuable perspectives, your decisions are rooted in your own experiences, values, and inner clarity. It's easy to get lost in the noise, to feel pressured by the constant stream of opinions. But true intelligence comes when you can hear all sides, consider them, and then make decisions based on what resonates with your inner truth. When you do this, you are not just following others, you are leading yourself. The most brilliant minds in history were often those who listened deeply, absorbed knowledge, but ultimately walked their own path. They trusted their inner voice and didn't let others dictate their journey. They understood that the power of decision lies in self-confidence, and the courage to follow through. If you are someone who can listen to the advice of others but remains grounded in your own convictions, you are displaying true wisdom. Because true intelligence is not about following the crowd, it's about knowing when to listen, and when to stand firm in your own decisions. Remember, external opinions are useful, but your inner voice is where true wisdom lies. Those who can balance listening to others with trusting themselves are the ones who make wise, impactful decisions that lead to success. Sign number 8. You don't fear uncertainty. Life is full of uncertainties. Every day brings new challenges, unexpected twists, and situations we can't predict. For many, this uncertainty is a source of fear. But the most intelligent individuals among us understand that uncertainty is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Stoic philosophy teaches us, we cannot control everything, but we can control our responses. This is the core of Stoic thinking, accepting that the world is unpredictable and chaotic, yet we have the power to choose how we react to it. The Stoics didn't run from uncertainty, they welcomed it as an opportunity for growth. They knew that while we may not have control over the events around us, we always have control over our responses. The truly wise understand that fear of the unknown is a natural instinct, but it's also a limiting force. When you allow fear of uncertainty to dominate your thinking, you tie yourself to outcomes you cannot control. Instead, true intelligence comes when you accept the uncertainty of life, embrace it, and respond with clarity and strength. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is under control, it means being at peace with the fact that you cannot control everything. Real wisdom comes from knowing that uncertainty is part of the journey, and you can navigate it with grace. The Stoics believe that our thoughts and reactions are our most powerful tools in any situation. We may not be able to prevent challenges from arising, but we can choose how we perceive them and how we move forward. When you stop fearing the unknown, you become more adaptable, more resilient, and more capable of handling life's unpredictable nature. You learn to face challenges not with fear, but with confidence. You start to understand that uncertainty is not your enemy, it is the very fabric of life that pushes you to grow. The most intelligent people are those who can navigate uncertainty with calmness, with a clear mind, and with courage. They don't let the unknown hold them back. Instead, they face it with the knowledge that no matter what happens, they can handle it. Because life will always be uncertain, but your ability to adapt and respond with grace is what sets you apart. Remember, true wisdom lies in accepting uncertainty, embracing the unknown, and most importantly, in controlling how you respond. Those who fear uncertainty are bound by it, but those who embrace it walk forward with confidence and clarity. Sign number 9. You desire to learn because you know you don't know everything. In a world where knowledge is at our fingertips, it's easy to think we have all the answers. But the wisest among us understand one simple truth: the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. This humility is not a weakness, it's the foundation of true intelligence. Stoic philosophy teaches us, those who are not eager to learn cannot be wise. A true Stoic understands that learning is a lifelong journey, and that no one person can know everything. The wisest minds are those who continue to seek, explore, and challenge their understanding of the world. They don't rest on their laurels, and they don't become complacent with what they know. Instead, they stay curious and humble, always open to the lessons life has to offer. The more knowledge you gain, the more you realize there is still so much left to discover. And this realization is not a burden, it's a source of excitement and inspiration. The desire to learn is what separates the truly wise from those who think they know it all. When you understand that knowledge is infinite, you embrace the process of learning with enthusiasm and eagerness. Wisdom is not about knowing everything, it's about knowing that there is always more to learn. Buddhism calls this the beginner's mind, the ability to approach life with openness and curiosity, regardless of how much experience you have. The Stoics embraced this mindset, recognizing that every experience offers a chance to learn, to grow, and to become better. They knew that true wisdom comes from a willingness to constantly seek knowledge, no matter how much one already knows. The most intelligent people are those who never stop learning. They read, they question, they explore, and they listen, because they understand that knowledge is a lifelong journey. They don't let ego or arrogance cloud their desire to grow, and they remain open to new ideas and perspectives. If you are someone who is eager to learn, who recognizes that there is always more to discover, then you are not just intelligent, you are wise. Because wisdom is not a destination, it's an ongoing journey that requires constant curiosity and humility. True intelligence lies in the desire to learn, the willingness to admit that you don't know everything, and the commitment to continually seek greater understanding. Remember, the pursuit of knowledge is the true path of wisdom. Those who never stop learning are the ones who will continue to evolve, grow, and lead others along the way. Sign number 10. You believe in something bigger than yourself. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that life is all about personal success, personal achievements, and individual goals. But the most intelligent among us understand that true wisdom lies in recognizing that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. Stoic philosophy teaches us, you are not just an individual, you are part of a larger purpose. The Stoics believe that each person has a role to play in the grand design of the universe. They recognized that their lives were not just about their own ambitions and desires, but about contributing to something larger, something that transcends the self. The wise person does not live only for their own gratification. They understand that their actions and decisions have a ripple effect that impacts the world around them. When you look beyond your own desires and focus on a greater purpose, you align yourself with something much more meaningful than mere personal success. True intelligence is found in understanding that we are all part of a greater whole. And when we contribute to that whole, we find fulfillment, purpose, and lasting meaning. This larger purpose could be the betterment of society, the pursuit of knowledge, or the service of others. Whatever it is, those who look beyond themselves and dedicate themselves to a cause greater than their own lives demonstrate a wisdom that transcends the ordinary. Wise people understand that life is not just about what you achieve alone, but about how you contribute to the greater good. They know that success without purpose is hollow. It's when you tie your actions to something bigger, when you live for a cause larger than yourself, that you experience true fulfillment. When you believe in something bigger than your own desires, you shift your focus from ego to contribution. You begin to see your life not as an isolated journey, but as part of a collective purpose. This realization gives you strength, clarity, and direction, because you understand that your role is part of a much grander scheme. The most intelligent individuals are those who live with a sense of purpose that goes beyond their own personal achievements. They understand that their lives have meaning only when they contribute to something larger than themselves. They recognize that their wisdom is not just in personal success, but in serving a higher cause. If you are someone who believes in something greater than yourself, you are not only intelligent, you are wise beyond measure. Because true wisdom is recognizing that your life is a part of something greater, and it's through this recognition that you find your true purpose. Final thought. If these 10 signs are present within you, know this, you are far more intelligent and powerful than you think. As the Stoic philosophers said, your strength lies in your silence. Honor yourself and continue your journey of knowledge. Now, if this video has helped you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, and share. Stay with us on this journey of wisdom because you alone have the power to change the world. See you in the next video. Stay stoic.